Okay, so question number 2. I don't know if it's going to get in, but again, I felt really good about getting everything in today. And then I had all these technical problems, and I'm not that savvy. I'm just not. And I don't make excuses for it. I don't make apologies for it. I'm just not that savvy, but I have done the very best that I could. So identify the claim of the text and point to the personal connection with the life of the preacher, focus and function. Okay, so as I said, I think pretty much in the first one, and I did this before too, and I hit photo and not record. So everything that I said a few minutes ago was like a beautiful answer. Now I got to remember it again. But basically, within that particular scripture, Moses is saying to the people, like, just don't be afraid. Just, God is going to take care of you. And that is the same with us in life. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is, yeah, we focus on what God can do. And then what we do in our lives is what determines how well or how bad things end up. And this is not what I said at first, but I'm trying to find my words again. But one of the things that I wanted to do, and I actually did in my Sunday sermon, was I still used that piece for company about Jesus calling the woman a dog. And with that, I stressed the importance of that, even how women still are struggling, even just for reproductive rights. And that where I am pro-life all day long, it is not my business what somebody else does with their body. That's God's business. It's not my business. And that is my take on the whole thing. When I was in college, there was we were on choir tour, and there was we were at a restaurant, and we had not yet been seated, or we were leaving. I can't remember, but we were up front, and the phone was ringing, ringing, ringing. And the guy who played piano for us answered the phone, and he said, and I had this in my sermon when I was talking about how we laugh at things that we don't that we have to go back and look at it, and we say, oh, what did I just laugh at? On this particular day, he answered the phone at this restaurant, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It was somewhere in New Jersey, but he said, abortion clinic, you rape them, we scrape them. And we were like, oh my God. And we laughed and laughed and laughed. And then I thought about it later, like that was like a terrible thing to be laughing at. So it was funny, but it wasn't. There was nothing about it really that was funny. It was just that in the moment, just like with Will Smith, how he laughed when Chris Rock said, talked about Jada's bald head. That was funny, but the alopecia part was not funny. So I had that in my sermon, and I took it out as I was doing the sermon. I took it out, and then I said to them, what I was about to say was kind of horrific. And at the point when I heard this so many years ago, it was funny, but now it's not funny at all, because the fact with women and their reproductive rights, there's nothing funny about that. Again, that's God's business.